Good morning, everybody. JB Portillo here with Let's Talk About It. And boy, am I excited. We're going to talk about some really fun things, aren't we, Deb?
Yes, we are.
This is my friend, Deb West.
Hello.
And she is going to introduce the other two ladies.
Well, beside me is Lisa Sullivan, and I'll talk a little bit more about what Lisa and I have coming up, and also Lisa Meyer. All of us are members of the Calico Cut-Ups Quilt Guild, and first of all, I'd like to talk a little bit about our Alzheimer's Longest Day fundraiser.
Because that's how it's all going to fit together, right?
That's exactly right.
All right, go for it.
That's exactly right.
Go for it.
What we've got behind us is the quilt that Lisa and I have made, and this is the 6th year in a row, actually, that Lisa and I have collected fabric, made the quilt, and then sold raffle tickets or opportunity tickets, as we call them.
Thank you. You're right.
For the chance at getting one of the quilts. The winning ticket is drawn at the Bella Vista Longest Day Alzheimer's Golf Tournament, sponsored by the POA, on June 21st this year. It's this Saturday. And this year, we are sold out.
Wow.
Yeah, the golf tournament is sold out, but you can still get tickets for your opportunity to get this quilt. This quilt is 92 by 100 inches big.
So that's like bigger than a queen and
It's
not as bigger than not a king.
Yeah, right.
Somewhere in there.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's either a short, it doesn't have a lot of drop on the sides for a king, or it's a big on a queen.
Okay.
And it's purple because the color for Alzheimer's is purple. We have so far raised, Lisa and I, over the last 5 years, over $6,500. That's all donated. All of the proceeds go to the Alzheimer's Association.
Gotcha.
We have an actual fundraising page on the Alzheimer's site, and hopefully they'll be able to
We'll put it
that
up on the screen eventually throughout here.
And we also have a QR code that folks can use to be able to get to the page.
Okay.
One of the exciting things about this is that every year we're able to hand over a quilt to someone. It's almost always, last year was the first year that one of the golfers won.
Oh, really?
Yes. So we sell tickets at the golf tournament before the tournament starts, and then during the tournament is when we draw the ticket, and then we present it, if the person is there, at the lunch after the golf tournament.
Gotcha.
So it's just an exciting thing to be able to hand someone the quilt, and we've enjoyed working with it. It takes us about 3 months working on and off to make a quilt, and then we spend about 3 months selling tickets.
Gotcha. You know, it's fascinating, and it's done with machine, obviously,
Yes,
because
is.
it would take you like 3 years to do it by
Yes,
hand.
yes, ma'am. So Lisa and I actually divided it up this year.
Uh-huh.
I did all of the pieced hearts that have several pieces.
Uh-huh.
She did the ones that are
Split.
split.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is we worked with also a fellow quilter, Deb Metz, that helped us design this pattern. It started with a pattern that had only one heart, and we wanted it to be bigger, so we included a second heart around it, and that's how we got this quilt.
We're going to talk a lot about that later, and we have some other friends who are going to come up toward the end of the show. But first of all, tell me a little bit more about the organization that you are doing this for. How did you get involved? What's it all about?
Okay, well, the Alzheimer's Association, we got involved for several reasons. We've got friends. Susan Nuttall is in charge of the golf tournament.
We got a camera guy over here who's married to her.
That's right. Hi, John. And Judy Griffin worked for the POA.
Yes.
And so I'm friends with Judy, and we kind of got together and said, hey, can we add a quilt to our, Susan thought that would be a great idea, and she loved the idea of having the hearts. Because it's close to our hearts. Lisa has had family that has been affected by Alzheimer's. My grandfather died with Alzheimer's, and I have an aunt who's currently also dealing with Alzheimer's. From personal experience, Lisa Meyer in our guild also has had recent experience as well. Would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I lost my husband in January of 24 after about a 7-year trip down the dementia road. Wasn't diagnosed with Alzheimer's, but it's all on that spectrum. And he had vascular dementia, and it's tough, but there's a lot of love that goes into it. So I'm glad this is made of hearts, because there are a lot of times when the tough is overridden by something that just happens, it's funny or joyful, and you've got to take advantage of those moments. I would tell you that one of the greatest resources that I had available to me is the Schmeeding Center. I'll put in a shameless plug for the Schmeeding Center down in Springdale. They work with, they're a nonprofit, and they work with everyone in any stage of dementia or Alzheimer's. Resources, put you in touch, they have counseling resources, they'll put you in touch with caregivers, and just the full complement. So the Schmeeding Center is an excellent support to help out with all the funds that get raised with the Alzheimer's, and all of that contribute to better outcomes for anyone who's affected.
Yes.
The golf tournament here in Bella Vista is, I understand, one of the largest fundraisers for the Arkansas Alzheimer's Association. And most of the funds, I'm also told, I know all the funds that we donate get donated to Alzheimer's Association, but they stay local here in the Northwest Arkansas area.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you haven't told me anything yet. Tell me about you a little bit.
Well, Lisa doesn't have a mic on.
Oh, that's
and
right.
She's not one of our
She's
comfortable
just,
speakers.
Oh, she is here to glorify the stage.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I
That's
got
right.
it. And she's got really
back
cool
up.
glasses.
That's right.
Yes. Okay, so what are some of the beginning signs? How does that all start?
A little bit of forgetfulness, a little bit of mix-up words, a little bit of, in the later stages, who's, do we know the guy that's sitting in our living room? Oh, well, maybe we did it some past time, honey. Early signs really can vary by person and by type of dementia, but it really does start with those little things that oftentimes, two things get mixed up with that. One is just the simple aging process, where we all have that senior moment.
You mean like walking into the room and wondering why you're there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or opening the refrigerator.
And find your car keys in
yeah.
there?
And then the other one is loss of hearing.
Oh.
Loss of hearing can sometimes cause people to not be able to communicate as well. So there's that thought that, oh, maybe they have dementia. Go get a hearing test.
Right. It could just be they aren't
yeah.
a part of the conversation
Yeah.
because they can't
Yeah.
hear you.
Yeah.
And it could be that it's your husband and he zones out everything you
Or
say.
selective hearing.
Selective
yeah.
hearing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. There's just different types of cues that you can get. Driving somewhere and getting lost and not come home. Driving erratically in traffic, because you forget where you're at and what the surroundings are and what the cues are telling you. So you don't want to be overly cautious with someone and prescribe issues to that's not there, but that's where the Schmeeding Center can help as well. Getting a psychological evaluation, a neuropsych evaluation, is really helpful to diagnose it correctly and get started on the meds that slow it down. But that's where the Alzheimer's Association also is so critical in the research that they're doing to contribute to finding cures, finding solutions, finding ways to help.
Talk a little bit about the caregiver side of the equation.
Yeah. So what I learned, my hard lesson was I should have had caregivers in a lot sooner than I did, because I was running myself into the ground.
Because you are a caregiver. You were.
Yeah, you are the well, yeah, especially if you have a job and you're trying to do the job and caregive. It's a lot of extra work and stress and run on your body. Even some things will get to the point where I really need to run to the store for milk, but I can't leave the house for that long. So having a complement of caregivers ready and spaced around the clock where you need them is really critical to helping with the entire caregiving pictures. A lot of great caregivers out there, lot of different types of caregiving that they will do and hours that they will work. Not cheap, not covered by Medicare. But it's something that really is critical and needs to be planned for anybody that's going through this, as we can all attest since we've been down that road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So are you playing golf?
I am not this year. I'm helping get the lunch ready.
Oh, but that's important.
Yes, ma'am.
So either of you participating in the golf tournament? No.
I'm kind of busy with something else that
I
we've got
bet you
going on.
are. I know. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
It's sold out.
Sold out.
That's awesome, Deb.
It is. Well, it's a testament to I think it's the 8th or 9th year that they've done this golf tournament, and it's just been truly successful. But I don't know that we've had it sold out before. This is wonderful. So we're looking forward to all the teams and hopefully selling a lot more opportunity tickets. It's this Saturday, so we don't have a whole lot more time to sell those tickets, and we're about halfway through. With all this rain, we had 5 days set up with the Bella Vista Farmers and Makers Market that we were selling tickets. Well, at least 2 of those got rained out.
Yep.
And so you can't really hang a quilt up in the rain and sell tickets. So when it rains, we didn't take it out. And so we were just a little bit short of where we were hoping to go. Our goal this year is $1,600 is what we hope to raise. We're right at about $850. So that's what we're asking for. We're asking for folks to continue to help us, and all of those proceeds go to Alzheimer's.
So one more time, it's this Saturday, which is the longest day.
June 21st, the summer solstice.
And it starts and ends. It's an all-day event until you can't see anymore.
Well, no, it's the golf tournament. So it
Yes.
starts. It's a shotgun start at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then after the golf tournament, we have a luncheon. They hand out the prizes to the winners of the golf tournament, and if the person is present, we hand out give the quilt to that person. And if they're not present, you don't have to be present to win. We will call them, because each one of the tickets has the name and phone number. So we'll call them and deliver it that afternoon.
How much are the tickets?
The tickets are $5 a piece, or you can get 6 for $20,
Okay.
or 10 for $30.
Gotcha. I may have to drop some money in there a little
There
while.
you go.
Because purple's my favorite color.
Well,
It goes with your hair.
It does.
It does. The other thing that we're here to talk about is calico cut-ups, as this is something that Lisa and I have done for the last 6 years, and the Guild has been very supportive of us, but also our Guild does an annual fundraiser. In the past, we've done a quilt auction, which was an online auction. This year, we're doing a quilters and vintage market. And it's going to be held September 26th and 27th at the Bella Vista Assembly of God Church on Forest Hills. And Lisa is in charge of that, Lisa Meyer. And that's why she said she has been working on all the different pieces
Labor
and
of love,
parts
labor of love.
of that. We have so many exciting things that we're putting together. We have several folks that we've brought with us, and if we could...
We're going to do that right after the break.
Okay, perfect.
We're going to talk about all of the tiny pieces and the big pieces, actually.
Yes.
I see a sewing machine over there.
That's right.
How it all fits together, and we're going to bring a few of them on the set.
Perfect.
Okay?
Perfect.
So let's go ahead. Oh, it's a little early, but let's go ahead and take a quick break.
Okay.
Would you like that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Experience the Macadoodles difference. Shop leisurely in our friendly and spacious store 7 days a week. Browse our wine cellar. We offer the top labels and hot new wines. Wide aisles, hardwood floors, and easy-to-find, well-lit displays make shopping enjoyable. Customers are our #1 priority. If you can't find something, our courteous staff will assist you, and we'll even help you to your car with your purchase. World-class customer service. Largest and best selection in the area. Low prices. Experience the Macadoodles difference today.
Hello, we're back, and I think you will notice that a few things have changed on the table.
We've added a few things.
You have, so take it away.
Thank you so much. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about why I'm here today and why so much of this is here today and why we have other members of the Quilt Guild. As Deb mentioned, we're all part of the Calico Cut-Ups Quilt Guild of Bella Vista. And they do an annual fundraiser every year for Alzheimer's, but we all do an annual fundraiser every year to bring in the necessary money in order to contribute to the work that we do, which contributes to our community. Big shout out to Calico Cut-Ups Quilt Guild, because we're a larger quilt guild, probably 140, 150 people.
About 155.
Yeah, and very, very active in many ways to help the community. Got a list that I want to run down.
Okay.
We contribute to Ronald McDonald House, the Northwest Arkansas Children's Shelter, the NICU unit at Mercy, the Children's Advocacy Center of Benton County, McDonald County Living Center, Brookfield Assisted Living Center in Bella Vista, Concordia, Habitat for Humanity, the Circle of Life, the VA Medical Center, Quilts of Valor, and the Bella Vista Animal Shelter.
So when do you sleep?
Yeah, but right in there somewhere. But that's the great thing about our organization. We're large and very many people involved. A lot of really, truly engaged quilters, sewers, and just folks who want to contribute. Last year, we gave away over 800 items. This year, we don't have a stated goal, but it's going to hit the 1,000 mark at some point. In order to be able to do that and continue to do these good works, we have to keep our machines in working order. We have to buy materials, batting, and there are other things like we'll talk about a little bit later, donations to organizations that help us thrive as well. So this year we are holding, as Deb mentioned, the Quilters and Vintage Market on September 26th and 27th at the Bella Vista Assembly of God Church, which is just right around the corner from where we're at right now. On those 2 days, we are going to fill up their auditorium with all things related to quilters, sewists, crafters, a large cornucopia of items that we have. In addition to this year, we're adding in a large vintage section. And what you see on the table here are representations of some of the things that we have for sale. And we'll be talking about that. But in addition to donations, and these are all donations that we have taken in from individuals in our guild, and we've also taken in donations from people who are downsizing their sewing room. Unfortunately, there were a couple people who have passed away, but their spouses gave the donations to us to pass on their legacy through this Quilters and Vintage Market. So we're taking in donations up through August so that we can then set up our Quilters and Vintage Market and have this awesome event. In addition to some of the things that you see on the table here, we are also going to have blue light specials. Remember the old Kmart blue light specials? So we're going to add some fun into this. Not only are we making a huge assortment of goods available to quilters, crafters, and people who are collecting vintage, but we're also going to have a good time while we're doing it. Real good pricing on everything. So please come ready to buy at the greatest price that you're ever going to find. But we're going to have raffles. Opportunities,
yes.
That's right.
Opportunities. We're going to have several different opportunities. Lisa Sullivan is in charge of the silent auction.
That's why she's silent today.
That's why she's silent today. Yeah.
That's right.
But we're going to have many different items that are interesting that you'd want to buy. This is actually one of the silent auction items that we have right here. This is a very, very rare McCoy piece of pottery. If you're into McCoy, if you know anything about pottery McCoy, you'll see that is, if you don't have that in your collection, you're going to want to have it in your collection. So come, that's a silent auction item.
What about this little thing here?
That little guy is going to be on our vintage table and can be bought for
$45.
$45. There you go.
Again, we have a huge donation from a woman I hope you'll get to meet here in a minute. Well over 100 pieces of McCoy.
Oof.
And also Autumn Tea collection from the Autumn Tea Company. I butchered that name, Linda, but she'll correct it when she gets up here. Little Teddy's. We have an entire box of dollhouse furniture, and this is the wooden, good, antique dollhouse furniture, plus a whole host of other things on the vintage table.
I think we have a couple of other things that they're going to show here in a
Oh,
minute.
yeah, there we go. Yep.
Let's show the first slide, Steve. There
Yep,
you go.
that is another very, very rare, very collectible piece of McCoy. And if you're into McCoy, you know what that is, and you'll want to beat feet here. Have a girls' weekend to come on down from Kansas City or wherever you're at and
Ooh,
make
there's
it a
another
weekend.
piece. Is
Yeah,
that-
this is this piece here.
Yep.
Okay.
So we've got some really interesting, very collectible items
Gotcha.
that we'll have on the vintage sale. Back to what's pertinent to quilters and sewists.
Yes.
So this baby right here is a Singer, and I think it's probably a 404, Lee? Yes. It's a Singer 404. Lee Cronky, one of our guild members, collects these, refurbishes them, makes them all into working condition, and this year he is donating almost 45 of these types of machines. Not exactly like this. There's some older ones. The one called the Godzilla. If you know your Singer machines, you'll know what a Godzilla is. All working, and you cannot beat this kind of a machine for the straight mechanical work that it does in sewing. There are some very reputable professional quilters who will use nothing but their mom's machine, which is exactly like this.
It's heavy, heavy,
So,
heavy.
Very heavy, very sturdy. So we've got 45 of these machines, about a dozen or so cabinets that they fit into. And these are all going to be there for extremely reasonable prices, folks. Don't miss this opportunity.
Okay.
Nobody can quilt without fabric.
Yes, and there's some really pretty ones here, and we have a
we have
whole
beautiful
bunch over here.
Just so much beautiful fabric has been donated. And Merlene Zimmerman and her team are going through all of this. They're washing it, they're cutting it, they're stacking it up, pricing it, so it's going to be available to everybody. Beautiful quilting fabric. In addition, we've got about 75 rolls of drapery fabric that have been donated to us.
Wow.
So, I don't want you to think that this is only for quilters.
Okay.
It's a broad range of sewing. In our notions department, we have gotten a lot of crochet, of knitting. So this market is really open to anybody who has a textile interest. We'd love to see many different textile workers of any kind come and take advantage of what we have.
Deb, I don't think she's passionate about this. do you?
None at all, no. And she hasn't even gotten to some of the categories.
I know.
No,
Keep
no,
going.
no.
One of the others, if I could, Lisa, is our handmade.
Oh, yeah.
Because not
Yeah.
only do we have those things that are, textiles or collectibles, patterns or fabric, but we have things that people have made specifically for the market.
Yeah.
We also are going to have about between 8 and 10 quilts that are going to be on sale.
Handmade quilts.
Handmade quilts. We're going to have, as a part of the silent auction as well, a jacket that is a quilted jacket, which is all the rage
They're
now.
wonderful. They're
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah. You can see on the screen there that pillow with the butterfly.
Let's show that. There we go.
Yeah, so
Handmade.
that's one of the handmade items that we have for sale.
Yep.
Dog.
We've got kerchiefs. Those are
Kerchiefs.
Oh, there
a
you go.
variety
Kerchiefs
of
for dogs.
sizes
Yeah.
of kerchiefs for dogs or cats, and
And-
those go on the collar.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's an embroidered on felt hanging. It's a picture framed picture. We've got, these are bags of bags. So if you collect all those bags that are, the
Walmart,
plastic bags, that's to hold
That's
it.
what that was.
These are a set of pot holders, beautifully made, wonderful fabric selections, and they're sold in a set of 2 each. And let's see. Oh, and then we've got more of the McCoy. So
Yep.
we've just got a bunch of different varieties.
What's over there on the floor?
yeah,
so
so
can we
one
get a camera over there?
One of the things I want to make sure that we talk about is the season we're having this. We're having this September 26th and 27th. Well, what comes up in October and then November and then December? So if you're looking for a place to get that special sewist's gift, this is it.
Talk about what's on the floor there.
Yeah,
I think they'll show it here in a second.
One of the other fun things that we're going to have, in addition to the silent auction items, are gift bags. And so already curated gift bags. This one here happens to be a gift bag for an artist. There is a sketchbook in here. There's oil paints. There are charcoals. So we have gift bags, gift baskets for many different types of crafts, knitting, crochet. We have one curated for a teacher. So if there's a teacher in your life and you'd like to have that perfect Christmas gift, you've got that right there. Plus a lot of different gift bags for quilters and that. Huge notion section. Who doesn't want a brand new Olfa 24 by 36 cutting mat? And everybody, I mean everybody, right?
Everybody wants that.
So,
That's right.
So we have all the notions that you could want. This tree here, we've got all kinds of threads and again, a lot of crafting notions as well too. I know that there are scrapbooking notions that we have picked up and just everything that you would need. So please come. One of the other things that we have too, we got donated 4 complete block of the month quilt sets from Missouri Star Quilt Company. They didn't come from Missouri Star, but that's who they originated them. So if you ever wanted to pick up a complete block of the month and have it all there and ready to go, there are 4 opportunities to get that. At this point, we're still accepting donations through August. So we'll have that as well. All kinds of notions, the hand goods. The other thing that is not well, let me get to this first though too. Another area besides the fabric, which is going to be huge, are books, patterns, and magazines. Every quilter, you never go by a rack that you don't look and see if there's a quilting magazine sitting there. And oftentimes we will subscribe, right? Well, a subscription where you get 4 magazines a year, $30-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood. We're selling our magazines at 4 for $1.
Wow.
So there will be anywhere close to this cost effective to pick up magazines, books, entire books, and these are $20, $30 books. I think they're $3. Most of them will be $3 at our sale. And then we all love these. We all have these, and we're all looking for
little patterns.
The new patterns that we want.
Let's get our other folks up here. We're almost out of time, and I want you to be able to talk about them.
As they're coming up, I'm going to
Come on,
tell you about a
guys.
special guest that we're having. That's Alice McElwain. Alice McElwain is a certified quilt appraiser and the only appraiser in Arkansas.
Come on and just kind of
She is
stand
going to
behind
be
us.
there both days, and for $20 fee, she will give you commentary on your quilt. She can't appraise it there because that takes too much research, but for $20 you can sit with her. That quilt that you loved from Grandma but you don't know anything about, she will be able to tell you what it is.
Wow.
We're very pleased to have her. Lee Kroenke, Man of Machines, Merlene Zimmerman, Fabrics for Us. We've got Linda Crandall, the beautiful donor of all of this wonderful
McCoy.
wonderful
I
McCoy.
also quilt too.
And she also quilts too, yeah. And then Linda Pumphrey, our Quilt Guild president. So this is a team, I'm in charge of it, but this is a team that's making it happen. So thank you so much for letting us be on here to talk about it today. And,
Hey,
and
I'm energized.
Share the message.
She energizes me anyway, but that's how I stumbled across you at the farmer's market.
And I think we have something for you today too, don't we?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, Calico Cut-Up's Quilt Guild would like to become a member of the Bella Vista Community TV. So here is a check for $100.
Thank
from
you.
Calico
Come on,
Cut-Ups.
guys. Clap
Yay!
a little bit.
Great
Thank
public
you so
service. Great
much.
public service.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate you very much, and we'll try to get. We've got our little Marion on the Move person. When you get ready, close to the market, maybe she can come out and.
Would love that.
Yeah.
Would love that. Thank you so much.
I just gave you a job, Marion.
yeah,
Sorry.
thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you.
You bet.
What a fun day we're having today.
Yes.
All right. Any, and I always say closing or last words, but I mean closing things. What would you like to say? One more.
September 26th and 27th.
Okay.
Bella Vista Assembly of God. Quilters and Vintage Market.
8 to 5 p.m.
9 to 5 p.m.
Oh, excuse me, 9 to 5 p.m.
We're going to be there at 8, but we'll
Yeah.
let people in at 9. Yep.
Okay, and we still have tickets available for this beautiful quilt.
Yes, ma'am, we do.
And how do we get to you to buy those tickets?
Okay, if it hasn't shown up, it's on act.alz.org, O-R-G, facebook.com/go/lovequilt25.
Okay.
And that will take you directly to our fundraising page.
Okay, that sounds great.
And if you'd like more information about the Quilters and Vintage Market, you can come to our Calico Cut-Ups website. And if you have anything that you'd like to donate, something that's been in your closet too long and should be given to someone else, you can get on our website as well and send an email to us.
You know what? As I've been in Bella Vista for about 20 years, and every day, I swear, I run across more unusual people that do amazing things. So, thank you.
You bet.
All of you.
Thanks for having us.
That is so beautiful. And you are something else. I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
Putting those all
Man of
together.
machine.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We have talked about it today, haven't we?
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
have.
All right. So I don't know what's coming up next month, but it'll be fun. May not be as fun as today, but it'll be fun. Okay? See you next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye.